Andre Robinson, the fire starter here at Challenger Community News, Power 96.5, and your public access TV. Andre Robinson, the fire starter here at Challenger Community News, Power 96.5, and your public access TV sports analyst. This is
Brian Plummer, and for your UB football news, go to Everything Buffalo.
That's right. Tune into the Everything Buffalo show. You heard it. Brian Plummer. That's right. UB. All right. What's good? What's good? What's up, everybody? What's going on in the 716 and beyond? You know who I am. I'm Andre the Source Robinson, the fire starter in the building. It's Andre and Angie. You know.
What's up, everyone? All right.
Everything Buffalo show right here. You know what we're going to talk about? We're going to talk about Bills. We're going to talk about Sabres. We're going to talk about UB and a whole lot of more 716 sports talk, Buffalo talk. If you're in the 716 region right now, like and share the show, all right? Make sure you like and share this one. This is going to be a scorcher. We on TikTok. We on YouTube. We on Twitter. We on Facebook. We on YouTube, all right? So I know it's on the late night tip, but get your popcorn ready because we got a whole lot to talk about. We're going to kick this thing off by talking about the Sabres first.
Yeah.
Then we're going to talk about UB. UB, they play tomorrow. Then we'll talk about the Bills because they play Sunday, all right? So just get ready. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Andre and Angie, here we go, all right? So what's up?
What's up?
How's
You
everything
ready to talk
going?
about the Sabres real quick?
Yeah, I'm ready to talk about the Sabres, man. You know, I already know. Listen, KeyBank Center was filled tonight as the
How was the
Buffalo
crowd?
Sabres. Oh, it was great. Great
Great.
crowd. Very electric. Electric. They lost, though.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, they lost 7-4. Second period was not a great period for the Buffalo Sabres. I will tell you that right off the jump. Don's got some work. Don's got some work. We will get into all that and more too, because you know I got exclusive footage for you guys. By the way, exclusive footage coming up.
Well, do you
But
want to kick off a question real quick?
I know Angie got questions to ask
Actually,
me
do
about
have
what's
some
going
questions.
on.
So, what have you learned from the rookies from preseason?
Man, let me just tell you right off the jump.
He's excited about this
Zach-
one, so let's hear this.
Zach Benson is the talk of the town right now. Zach Benson is the talk of the town,
Wow.
my guy. Number 9 for the Buffalo Sabres. If you have not been paying attention, you should pay attention. My guy, Zach Benson, is going 8.
Wow.
He's phenomenal. He is right now, currently, on the NHL stats right now for all rookies. He is in the top 4 in statistics.
Wow.
Scoring, he scored his 4th preseason goal already. And there's a lot of talk. You know, he's going to make it very difficult for Coach Don to be able to cut this guy. I don't see him as a cut. I see him as a starter we definitely gonna talk a whole lot more about Zach Benson
Wow.
in the next couple of months, as this guy is phenomenal. I mean, he played on every line tonight, even though they lost. He played on every line tonight. He's very versatile. He can score. He can shoot. He's in the right positions. He's playing the way elite rookies should. So
Okay.
I'm telling you right now, the guy has hella talent, filled with phenomenal potential. So watch out. Number 9, Zach Benson. I got to talk to him earlier today in the locker room too, and he is a very humble guy, by the way.
Nice.
So that's what I've
Nice.
learned so far from the rookies. They pretty good, pretty
Okay.
good.
Is there another rookie that you could talk about besides him?
No, there's no other rookies I should be talking about.
Okay. Oh, I don't know.
No other rookies. No other rookies on the
All
team.
right. Well, how do you feel about the leadership in the team so far? I know we're still early in the season, but
Wow,
how do you feel?
Wow, good question. Very good question about the leadership on the team. And I will say in a nutshell, Tage Thompson is playing more of a leadership role. We've seen what he did last year. He had a what I call a Michael Jordan-esque season last year, putting up a lot of points. I haven't seen a lot of points come from uh, too many Sabres players in one season since like Chris Drury. Even oh my goodness, not to mention this guy who went to the Vegas Golden Knights. Yeah, he's
Really?
gonna remain. No, Jack Eichel. Jack Eichel. Since Jack Eichel put up points, but the leadership, as far as the leadership is concerned, Tage Thompson is doing a good job with that. Tuck is doing a really good job with that. Alex Tuck is as well. And then even though he's young, Rasmus Dahlin is helping a little bit as far as the leadership is concerned. And I would be amiss not to mention Kyle Oposo. Kyle Oposo definitely was signed to this team this year again because of the leadership. All right. He is the C on the team, the captain on the team. So Kyle Oposo's been doing a pretty good job. Plus, on top of that, you know what makes it even better?
What?
He's melanated.
Really?
Yeah. He's melanated. Yep, absolutely. So
Nice.
yeah, that's how I feel about the leadership. And then
Nice.
Don, Don's gonna do his thing regardless. I mean, Don is figuring out this team year by year, and I'm glad we being a little bit more patient with Don than we have been the last couple of coaches, i.e., Phil Housley. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, what developments have you seen in training camp that would give you confidence that the Sabres can reach the next level of play?
To be honest with you, it's the scoring for me. I've seen consistent scoring in the preseason. By the
Okay,
way,
that's great. Well, what aspects of the game do you feel? Oh shit, did I respect? Oh, listen, I have notes right there. Okay, so let's blooper number 2 for this one. But what aspects of the game do you feel the coach is putting a lot of emphasis on?
uh,
Bam, there.
now, as
Yes.
far as bloopers, I'm definitely doing a blooper reel. So don't worry, I'm cutting out all the bloopers and I'm going to play them back to you during the week. Now,
Oh
as
yeah.
far as putting emphasis on the game, the coach, as far as what the coach is doing, I think he is putting a lot of emphasis on some questions that I asked earlier in the presser. And by the way, this would be the perfect time
Oh
for
man.
you guys to get to hear exclusively what Don had to say. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play this for you right now. This is Coach Don after at the presser tonight. So here's what Don had to say. You talk about preseason play. How confident are you in who will be the starting goaltender come Thursday?
Well, we'll discuss that. We have some time next day after collectively get together, discuss camp itself and decisions that we'll have to make by Monday and the roster, the initial rosters. Morning.
All right.
We've talked
Now,
about it a lot from last time.
Coach, you're talking about cleaning up. What position do you think needs the most improvement going into the regular season?
Really, we've talked about it a lot from last season. This franchise had to learn that players that they can score. They have some talent there. It's moved us to a certain point where we're at now. I think it's a better focus on some of the details of being 100 players and all that. And we'll continue on that initiative. I know our guys are committed to that. And they're going to get better every day. And it's a quest for all teams in the league this point to get better. As Lance said, we come off the summer. Hockey's a little different at the start of the year. You have to stay focused. In the background tonight, we got a little emotional. You're on the bench, different emotions of frustration and a little bit of anxiety, and we had to resolve that a bit. But that's a good thing to go through that.
You talk about preseason play. All right, there we go. So you heard a little bit, I alluded to it last press conference about Coach Don and some of the things that he needs to work on. Last year, we saw defense and goaltending that wasn't consistent, especially for about 60% of the season. Now, in the last 40% of the season, the Buffalo Sabres got it together. There was at one point where 35% of the Buffalo Sabres games, the Sabres was giving up 5 goals a game. That's a lot of goals to be given up and at a high clip, at a high percentage, 35% of your games last year. So we talked about defense and we talked about goaltending a lot. And I asked him the question about goaltending that you just heard me earlier ask. And I asked him how confident was he in who will be starting on Thursday. And he said, we'll talk about that. We got to put our heads together. AKA, I'm not too confident, especially after tonight's loss. 7 goals tonight. Okay. It's either UPL or it's Devin Levi. All right. That's just right off the jump. I don't know what to tell y'all yet. I can't drop no insiders like, oh, I know what it's gonna be. I know who's gonna be. I can't drop that because I don't know yet. But I will find out by the week's end who will be starting on Thursday for the Buffalo Sabres as the starting goaltender. And also, we'll get to find out about Zach Benson as well. Talking about Zach Benson, we'll find out about him. Will he be starting? Is he going to be on the first line, second line, third line? Tonight, he was on the second line. So we're going to find out about that as well. By the way, Sabres, next game is where the L's and W's and T's start counting.
Really?
Absolutely. Next game, October 12th. Right here at Key Bank. They will play. They will play the New York. They will play the New York Rangers right here, and that will start the season off. We get to see what the Sabres is going to be all about. I'm glad they got the 7-goal jitters out of the way. Hopefully, it does not carry on into the regular season. But I am very confident that the Buffalo Sabres will be able to be successful for the most part.
Nice.
All right. So.
Great.
That's just Sabres talk. I know we got other things to talk about too. We got the UB Bulls to talk about real quick, as this has not been an interesting season, to say the least, for the UB Bulls after they won the bowl game last year against their old quarterback in Van Treese. Van Treese played for the UB Bulls, and then he transferred to Georgia Southern, and the UB Bulls ended up beating that team in the bowl game. And you thought that would have carried on in the offseason and into the season now. And Coach Mo has been on a definite low as 0-4 is what UB started out this season. 0-4. Angie, we was there for 2 of them.
Yeah, we sure
Fordham, 40-37 loss. Fordham didn't look good. Liberty spanked them. I mean, they beat the brakes. I'm sorry. They beat the brakes off of UB. I mean, they took the stuffing out of that English muffin real quick. I mean, you talk about getting tore up from the floor up. That was the UB Bulls. 55-27. And then finally they got on.
That we were at?
Yes.
Yep.
55-27. Terrible. I mean, it was god awful. Too many terrible plays on the defensive end. Again, defense being a significant trend or pattern with Buffalo sports lately, besides the Buffalo Bills. Giving up 55 points. Too many big plays. Too many big plays being given up too many points being put up against this UB Bulls team who was pretty good last year on the defensive end. They play Central Michigan tomorrow at 2 p.m. I'm hoping that UB can win this one too, so they can actually be 2-4 and start piling up some of these wins. And then in the MAC conference, they can start piling up some MAC conference wins because they did beat Akron in overtime last week, 13-10.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Are you satisfied with that? How do you feel about, about the overtime?
No, not satisfied. Not at all. Why would I be? No, I can't, because that's below the standard. And I know Coach Mo probably was like, well, better defensive effort against the Zips last year. Against the Zips this year, the Zips were only just like 2-9 last year. So I know he can't be satisfied with that at all.
So what do you think is going on with the UB running game?
Interesting that you mentioned this running game of the UB Bulls. UB Bulls definitely had a better running game. Ron Cook needs to take some cooking pointers from James Cook of the Buffalo Bills. Shout out to, Buffalo running backs, by the way. But definitely needs to take some cooking lessons, okay? The run game has not cooked at all this season, at all.
Do the Bulls have a legitimate threat on offense?
No.
No?
No. There's not one person on this UB offense that I would say, good Lord have mercy, he's definitely a threat. They had it last year. They had it the year before. I don't see it this year.
No?
No. No.
What do you think would help them?
To be honest with you, I know it's only 5 games into the season, but hopefully they can rebound from this season, or they can rebound for the rest of the season. But if they just so happen to not rebound, some recruiting definitely is going to need to be done. The level of talent, when you get blown out 55-27 to Liberty, that's a problem. When you lose to Fordham, that's a problem. 40-37, you lose to Fordham, that's a problem. The FCS fever is still thriving in Buffalo, where you can't beat an FCS team and you're an FBS team. That's an issue, major issue, that you can't take lightly. So last year was Holy Cross. This year is Fordham. This year is Liberty. Got to get it done. Got to do something about that. Those are games you're supposed to win. And if you need to go recruit some talent to get it done, I think they need to recruit some talent on the secondary end and on the wide receiving position.
Plus, that would make them be more successful.
Plus the running backs need, Cook need to take some lessons from James Cook on how to cook. All right.
So you want to talk about the Bills next?
Absolutely, we're gonna talk about the Bills. We definitely about to talk about the Bills. Hey, absolutely. We'll talk about the Buffalo Bills in just a moment. When we come back to the Everything Buffalo show, we'll talk about the Bills and how they squished the fish last week. Yeah. All right, we'll talk about that, and we'll talk about a whole lot more, and we'll show you some pictures that we have been putting together. So don't touch that dial. I'm gonna play a couple things and show you a couple things, and then we'll be back. All right. Do that again. Touch up! Bills by a billion! Let's go! All right, all right, all right. We wanted to show the town a little bit. Show how it's done in the 716.
But
On,
that's nothing. It was
on
it was
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was lit. It definitely was
it really
lit
was.
for sure. But that's how they are when the Bills go on the road.
Oh yeah.
But the Bills was at home last week.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Buffalo Bills, um, was this the thing? This was the thing last week. That was the thing last week. By the way, the Miami Dolphins was questioning why they were 2.5 point underdogs. Well, the Buffalo Bills took care of business and showed the entire world why the Buffalo Bills still own the Miami Dolphins. Okay. Yes, the Miami Dolphins. Yes, they own them still. Besides the Heat game in Miami, where it was like 110 degrees and the Bills lost by 2 points. Yeah, y'all been getting owned for the longest. A lot of people question whether that was a rivalry or not. I mean, some people make a good point. I mean, the rivalry has went for almost a long time, for like 60 years. I mean, the Miami Dolphins kind of lead the rivalry, but they haven't been leading it the last 10 years, in which Buffalo has dominated the Miami Dolphins for the most part. Um, your thoughts on the Miami Dolphins Buffalo Bills game last week? The shellacking 48-20, yeah, beat down that they gave Miami last week.
Well, that was an intense game. I don't think that Miami fans were expecting any of that, especially the ones that came down here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was see,
Waste of a trip. Waste of a
pretty
trip.
much. Pretty much.
Waste of a trip. I tell you, waste of a trip. I don't know why y'all came down here looking for one thing and ended up getting a whole nother. Uh, Josh Allen
Oh,
looks really, really good.
looks great.
Looks really, really good. So
Well, what do
we'll
you think
see.
about Damar Hamlin? How is he playing so far?
So Damar Hamlin played a pretty clean game last week. Played a pretty clean game last week. I'll tell you that. Um, I think the shock value is gone. I think the
Hmm.
cobwebs, yeah, I think the cobwebs definitely have been removed.
Confidence up. Looks
Yeah, I think the
good.
confidence is there with Jamar. I think it's there for sure. Um, Now we finally got to see him play again. The last time he was on the field playing in any game of importance, we all know what happened. So it was good to see him uh, in that capacity last week, where a lot of people was questioning should Demar even be on the team still
Okay.
last week.
Now,
Um,
my son's favorite player is Deion Dawkins. Can you give everybody a brief analysis on him? How is he doing this season so far?
oh my God, you Snow.
Yeah, my son loves him.
So
That's literally his favorite player.
So 2 weeks ago, me and Deion Dawkins actually uh, conversated a little bit in the hallway as I was leaving One Bills Drive. And that was the game where they played the Raiders and they demolished the Raiders. And Deion Dawkins he seemed very confident. He was very happy about his team's play. There's some people who question his play sometimes on the field. I think the Jets game was one of other games that they really questioned Deion Dawkins as far as um, him being a top 10, top 15, um, you know, positional player. I think Deion Dawkins fine. Deion Dawkins to me seems fine, just like last year,
Mhm.
and the year before, and the year before that. I don't think there should be too much, uh, too many questions about Deion Dawkins as far as is he motivated? Um, does he motivate others? His
Mhm.
leadership qualities. I don't think there's any question to that. I think Deion Dawkins is
It's
fine.
fine. Mhm. But
I
what do you
think
feel about the run game this season? Do you feel like it's different
well,
than last?
I will say this: Deion Dawkins is definitely helping the run game for sure. Um, his play. Uh, we got to talk about Osiris Torrance. His play has been really well for a starter. The reason why he should have started over Ryan Bates. Thank you very much, by the way,
Mhm.
for making that move. That is a smart. That was a smart organizational move by the Bills, having Osiris Torrance start. He's been really, really good um, at his position, and definitely helping James Cook, by the way. I don't know the last time that we had a Buffalo Bills running back who almost had two 100-yard games back to back. I mean, he
Oh,
was 2 yards away from having back to back 100-yard games, which is a rarity, has been a rarity due to, some of it is because Ken Dorsey doesn't really run the football as much. This season, he's running it a lot more than he has last season. So the run game looks very well. Latavius Murray looks really good. Damian Harrison, they're using him. Damian Harris, they're using him when they need to, for the most part. For the most part.
do you feel Tyrell Bernard can be consistent in the linebacker position?
Wow. So how we switched very quickly from offense to defense, the run game, from the run game to the linebacking game, in which is a
Whoa.
position that's supposed to be stopping the run. I like the question. Terrell Bernard has definitely been a stud as well for somebody who just came into the league and this Bills team. This Bills team is for most for all intent and purposes, the use of the word Super Bowl contend or phrase Super Bowl contending team,
Team.
and for you to be a rookie and come on the team and then have the rookie like outputs that he has had so far in the last couple of weeks has definitely been something to watch for. He's definitely somebody to watch as the season progresses. Uh, I'm gonna be honest with you. I am one who definitely thinks or has thought that the Buffalo Bills needed to make some adjustments in the linebacking core, just because you lost Tremaine Edmonds, who isn't doing diddly squat in Chicago, by the way. Shout out to Chicago for being so dumb, by the way. Shout out to them. Shout out to them.
Shout out to
19,
Chicago.
all that money that y'all gave him for y'all not to win games. So Tremaine, come back to Buffalo, bro. You could have came. You could have stayed here for all intent and purposes. The stuff that you dealing with in Chicago, you could have just stayed here for. I will say this as well. Terrell Bernard, phenomenal guy. I think he has a lot of upside. And after what we saw the last couple of weeks, I think that the Bills need to stick with him, develop him even more. He's like the Zach Benson of the Buffalo Bills, of the Buffalo Sabres. So
Yeah.
um,
Okay.
stick with him. Stick with him. Stick with him. Develop him. I'd like to see Christian Kersey in a little bit, just for the leadership. Vaughn Miller's coming back. That's going to help him a lot too. Terrell Bernard, Vaughn Miller. Vaughn Miller helps everybody on that
He
defense.
just seems
So
like such a nice guy, though, too.
yeah, he
Like
he
just a
helps.
nice guy.
He helps everybody when it comes to that defense. So I definitely feel like Terrell Bernard is somebody to look to forward to. Now, I also know
What do you
a
know?
question that you want to ask me as well. I know we was just talking about Vaughn Miller, so go ahead and spill it. Go ahead and spill it about.
Do
I
you
know
feel the
some.
past?
Uh
Do
huh.
you feel like the past? What the hell? Why did I like write it weird? Do you feel like the past rush is up to speed? Did I say that right?
Absolutely, you did.
Damn.
It sounded pretty good. Do I feel like the pass rush is up to speed? Yes.
Yes.
Buffalo Bills are leading. I think they lead the league right now in sacks. Right now, with 16. The Buffalo Bills last year had less than 40 sacks last year without Von Miller. They were top five when Von Miller was playing last year in the couple games that he played, and then they went from top five to bottom five when Von Miller got injured.
Oh.
This year they do not have Von Miller, and they're still top five right now, which means that there has been a lot of development in the pass rushing game. Shaq Lawson, Greg Rousseau, um, Epinesa, AJ Epinesa. You got to give those guys a lot of credit. Jordan Phillips, got to give and Daquan Jones win rate is top in the league right now. Daquan Jones's win rate is top in the league. Got to give a lot of credit to these guys. And when Von Miller comes back, this defense is going to be even more of a terror. Leonard Floyd also playing phenomenal, even though he's the guy who, injured Aaron Rodgers. But he's playing phenomenal as well. Wait until Von Miller comes back. Von Miller, you do not need to show up this week against Jacksonville. We're going to talk about Jacksonville in just a moment, but you do not need to show up this week for Jacksonville. Your team is fine. We need you later on in the season. All right. So, yes, I feel like the pass rush is up to speed.
Nice. Well, after watching the games, do you feel Gabe Davis is somebody that you would extend as the number 2 receiver?
Woo!
How do you feel about that?
Angie, come on. Come on. Dude, you got hot lava questions. That's a fire starter question right there.
Yeah.
Hot lava question right there. Repeat that one more time for everybody that's tuned in.
after watching Gabe Davis play, would he be somebody that you would extend as number 2 receiver?
Wow. And I scratch my head diligently. Before I answer this question, it is a very good question. My answer is, if we had to go by the 4 games that I've seen,
Yes.
Gabe Davis turned up last game. Played a lot better last game than he had the first couple of games.
Okay.
I'm going to say yes, only because of Gabe Davis's stature. It is not very easy to find a 6'4", 6'3", 6'4" receiver built like Gabe Davis who can at spurts give you playmaking ability that can be game breaker or game maker type of performances, or give you game breaker type performances. So yes, because of that, but no, if he can't be consistent. And we're going to see in the next couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
If Gabe Davis give me 3 catches for 30 yards, I'm going to be pissed off.
Yeah.
He's a number 2. There's no reason why, with the offense that you have, Gabe Davis should have 3 catches for 26 yards. He's either and shout out to my guy Marcus the Alphabets, who's right now doing the Alphabets football talk show. By the way, it was phenomenal show. Listen, he always told me Gabe Davis is a 3 for 30 guy or a 3 for 158 yard guy. I need to see more consistency. I need to see the Gabe Davis who's 6 catches, maybe 85 yards a game. That would solidify him as a number 2. Because I'm going to be honest, and this doesn't have to do with Buffalo per se, but right now, there's an AFC team AFC team right now who is having big issues this season, and it is the Cincinnati Bengals, who I said would not make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, after what is it, 4 games? It is rumored right now that Jamar Chase wants out of Cincinnati.
Oh, really? Damn.
Yes, right now.
Right now?
Yes. Jamar Chase, by the way, is on his rookie deal.
Oh, wow.
If I'm the Buffalo Bills and that rumor is to be true, I'm dealing. And here's the crazy thing. Folks will laugh at this. But I personally would deal maybe Gabe Davis and somebody else, and maybe even a number 1 next season for Jamar Chase.
Wow.
And get him out of here quick to get Jamar Chase. I would even try to grab T. Higgins from Cincinnati, who's a number 2, legitimate number 2. If Jamar's going, I could just imagine T. Higgins is going to be annoyed. I'm grabbing him. I'm grabbing one of those 2. And Gabe Davis might be the guy out the door. Just because we've also heard the Stephon Diggs stuff in the very beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
How much longer will Stephon Diggs be around
Yeah.
for? Do you know if Stephon Diggs is going to stay for the rest of his time
That's all
as a
everybody could
Buffalo
talk
Bill?
about for a while.
Like, if I'm Buffalo now, I'm making a play for Jamar Chase, like today, like right now. You talk about making moves that get you over the hump. That's a move that gets you over the hump. And he's still on his rookie deal right now. Jamar Chase is still on his rookie deal. So if you can get him to trade or trade away to Buffalo or whatever the case may be, yeah.
Wow.
That's just great business. I know that's probably far-fetched, but to me, if I'm the Bills owner or I'm the Bills GM, I'm looking at that today, right now. Like, oh, you got a problem over there in Cincinnati? Oh, okay, kind of already the relationship that happened with the Damar Hamlin situation. They were playing the Bengals and all that stuff. So Buffalo and them kind of have somewhat of a rapport organization. I'd be like, yo, I'll take them off your hands. We'll give them a first. Give you Gabe Davis. Give you such and such and such. And we'll take them right now.
Thank you.
Thank you. Or we'll take T. Higgins right now. Thank you. Thank you. Because those are the type of moves that's going to get you to the next episode.
Now, what do you think about Josh Allen's performance so far?
I think Josh Allen's performance has been pretty good ever since that Jets game. He woke up from the 4 turnover Jets game, the 3 interceptions, 1 fumble. He woke up. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I found something. I found it. I found where his strength is coming from. I found where Josh Allen's strength is coming from. It's the Tesseract. The Tesseract. I hold Josh Allen's powers in my hands. JA-17. I hold his powers in my hands. The Tesseract. Yeah, definitely. He is right now, I think, one of the top 3 candidates for MVP, early MVP talk. I don't want to hear that. Y'all better not mention it either. Buffalo, we done had this conversation too many times. We don't want to hear no Josh Allen MVP talk. We don't. It's a distraction. We already thought he was kind of going Hollywood beforehand. We don't want to hear none of those conversations. Let the Buffalo Bills play out. Let them play. Let them do what they need to do so they can be successful. Okay? Now, with that being said, Josh Allen, the last time he played the other Josh Allen, it was not a nice outcome. The Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Buffalo Bills 9-6 in a game that we all called the biggest trap game probably in the last couple of years. when it comes to the Buffalo Bills? Well, they play in London coming up Sunday morning, early morning, at 9 o'clock. And guess what? I will tell you right now that this better not be another trap game. I think the run game will be fine. I think the passing game will be fine. I think Josh Allen, if they can block Josh Allen should not be a factor like he was the last time. Josh Allen to Josh Allen is not what we want to see come Sunday. We don't want to see Josh Allen on Josh Allen. Okay. We want to see Josh Allen moving the sticks, moving the chains, and scoring touchdowns. All right. And keeping the other Josh Allen at bay. Now, mind you, Jacksonville has already been in London for a whole week and a half already.
The
So they
Bills
already
just
there.
got there, right?
And the Bills are just getting there.
Like they just took off today.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Some people were talking about that too, like why they waited so long to go, and if they're going to be jet lagged, how are they going to feel? You know, what's their energy level going to be? Why did they not choose to go there earlier? What do you think?
you got a good point. Now, if the Bills lose, those are all
Okay.
organizational moves. You need to ask when a presser comes. I'm sure because none of us are actually going to London. But I think when he comes back, if the Bills was to lose, my first question is, why did y'all wait so late to take off? That would be my first question. It's a good question. Look at you. Look at you on fire. On fire. Andre and Angie, by the way. Everything Buffalo Show. This is actually episode number 1 for us on a late night. It's going to be interesting as the season progresses because you will see, talking about sports, but in journalism too, you will see that the confidence level on this young lady is going to be through the roof. As she asked me all these great questions that she's asked me so far. Phenomenal. By the way, wouldn't trade you in for nobody. So, with that being said, Bills coming up, London coming up, against the Jaguars coming up. Will the Bills be 4-1? Can Josh Allen continue to spring into regular season form and continue to be the Josh Allen he's been for the last 3 weeks? We hope to see it. James Cook, we hope to see him run the football, very effective. Some Dalton Knox and Dalton Kincaid, be nice to see. Is Gabe Davis is this gonna be a Gabe Davis type of game? We'll see. We'll see all that and a whole lot more coming up. All right. This has been fun. It's been a lot of fun. All right. By the way, before we go, announcement. Buffalo Extreme ABA basketball coming to a 716 area near you. November, they will be playing ABA basketball. So basketball is coming back to the city of Buffalo.
Wow.
Interesting enough.
Interesting.
Can't wait. It will be at the Next Gen Sports Complex in West Seneca.
And we're totally going.
And we're totally going to be there.
Actually, my son's playing basketball there. I'm signing him up for Friday night leagues.
That is what's
I swear, yeah. He's actually really good. And he said, Mom, well, he used to play baseball. He doesn't want to play that anymore. So he wants to play basketball. So that's where we're going. So I'm going with you, right?
That's what's up. Absolutely. You know,
Yeah.
come on. The Everything Buffalo Show.
Yeah.
Andre, Angie, you know, we're going to be in the places to be for sure. By the way, also, make sure that you guys support as much as possible Buffalo talent, period. Because the Everything Buffalo Show is definitely going to expand as we're going to be talking about everything Buffalo. Like everything Buffalo. We're going to talk about restaurants in the neighborhoods, like which restaurants is good. We'll be talking about different buildings, different
architecture. Like there's so many
different events.
Just wait till we take you to see the Buffalo History Museum. Just wait. I've seen some of it. Just wait until I take you. You're gonna be like, wow. Like there's a lot to show here in Buffalo. A lot. So
absolutely. And speaking of which, before we go, there is a lot to show in Buffalo. And I think I showed. I didn't show this. I don't think I showed this, but
No?
I will show you. Just a couple of clips. Just a couple of pictures from Buffalo. This is how Buffalo looks, and we are off. Boom.
Oh, yeah.
Some pictures. Some Buffalo pictures. Bam,
Mhm.
bam, bam.
Wait, where are we seeing the game in the morning on Sunday?
Look at this. Look at this here. Look at here. Look at
Oh,
here.
look at me.
Look at here.
Oh, they were so nice. That was fun. This is like the first time I'm seeing all these pictures. You didn't send me any. Oh, that's so cool.
All
That
right.
was fun. That was fun.
Last one too. Here we go. Bam. Here you go.
Nice.
Now, with that being said, Sunday morning I will be on a patrol site. So
So I'm gonna be by myself watching the game
Angie's
somewhere,
Angie's
tailgating it up
going
alone.
Angie's going to be partying
Yes.
while Andre is going to be working.
Yes.
Um,
But then afterwards, you're gonna come and see
Afterwards,
me, and yeah.
I'm gonna come here with Everything Buffalo show again, and then I'll be on the radio.
Maybe we
Shout
could
out to
show some
Power
highlights and stuff like
96.5.
that too, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we could throw like the slideshow on, and we could do we could do that. That'd be fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll do a after game, whole thing.
Little recap.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
recap. Yeah, a whole lot of fun coming up. By the way,
Ooh,
make
we could
sure
get some good wings. We could sit here, chill, eat a little bit. That's what I'm talking about. That's fun.
make sure. Oh yeah, the wings person right here. Love wings.
No, you.
Mhm. Make sure you tune in to the next Everything Buffalo show. You know what it is. I'm Andre the George Robinson, the fire starter, and
Buffalo Angie.
we'll see y'all again next time on
Mhm.
the next go round. All right, Everything Buffalo.